Una-una, I'd like to get your thoughts, Congresswoman, no? Dito sa press conference ng mga abogado ni Vice President Sara Duterte. They said that they didn't want to do a back and forth, my words, no, not theirs. Mas maganda sumagot sa proper forum. Pero basically, yun din ginawa nila kanina. I'd like to get your thoughts on this na nagpa-press con sila after the impeachment hearing imbis na humarap doon sa mismong hearing. What do you think of that?
Well, ito yung palaging sinasabi natin during our opening statement. No? Na sana, if they have reactions, comments, or answers to the proceedings of the Justice Committee, it is best that they do it before the Justice Committee. Ito yung paulit-ulit kong sinasabi na dito ang proper forum. Sa Justice Committee ang proper forum. Nonetheless, Christian, it appears to me, dun sa kanilang press con, na they are acknowledging already that this will be reaching a trial, no? Kasi they're claiming an opportunity to scrutinize. They're claiming opportunity to cross-examine dahil kulang at malabo pa daw. Well, it seems to me that they are joining the position of the Justice Committee that trial is really necessary. But that will happen, of course, after the determination of probable cause.
Okay, you mentioned the determination of probable cause. Based on what were revealed yesterday at saka noong April 14, do you think, based dun sa mga lumabas lang dun sa dalawang impeachment hearings na yun po, mukha bang na umabot na o na-satisfy na yung requirement at least for probable cause?
Balikan muna natin, Christian, yung confidential fund, no? Remember that Attorney Camora presented or cited the decision of the commission proper denying the appeal. Technically, they affirmed the notice of disallowance of the 73 million corresponding to the fourth quarter of 2022 OVP confidential fund. And then she cited as well the 3 additional notices of disallowance, which correspond to the first 3 quarters of 2023 OVP confidential fund as well. Sa akin, in my personal capacity, and even with the way I hear it from my colleagues who are actively working or participating in the Justice Committee, the threshold is very low. It is only probable cause. So definitely, that decision, the notices of disallowance, even surpass the threshold of probable cause. Remember, probable cause is described merely as justification to be able to proceed to trial, no?
Okay.
So that is with respect to confidential fund.
Sorry for cutting you off. No? Bago po natin puntahan yung pangalawa dito sa mga suspicious and covered transactions, no? Tsaka dun sa kanyang alleged ill-gotten wealth. Dun po sa confidential funds, kasi ang ginagamit na argument ng kanyang mga taga-suporta, especially sa social media, sinasabi nila, hindi, dapat ipaliwanag yan na hindi pa tapos yung proseso dyan sa COA. Kahit dun sa 73 million, in-affirm na ng COA proper yung previous ruling na dapat ay isole dahil meron notice of disallowance. Argument nila, hindi pwede pa rin tumakbo yan or umakyat sa Supreme Court. Would that even be a valid argument at this stage when you are only supposed to determine probable cause?
That is the point, Christian. Why need to exhaust all the remedies until the petition before the Supreme Court? Why need to wait for the decision on the last recourse of filing a petition for review before the Supreme Court when tamang-tama ka doon? The threshold is only probable cause, no? At ulitin natin, this is described as mere justification to be able to proceed to trial. I wish to add, Christian, magkaiba ang proceeding ng impeachment vis-a-vis itong restitution dito sa Commission on Audit, no? Ang purpose dito sa Commission on Audit of these notices of disallowance is to seek restitution of public fund. Iba itong sa impeachment. Impeachment seeks to remove and to impose perpetual disqualification to airing impeachable official. So they can actually be considered in a parallel way. Ibig sabihin, pwede silang tumakbo ng sabay. At balikan natin yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, threshold is merely probable cause. So I don't think that exhausting all these remedies will be necessary for us to be able to determine the existence of the required threshold, and that is probable cause.
Okay, puntahan po natin yung kahapon, yung sinabi na dun sa report po ng AMLAC na 6.7 million yung halaga ng mga transactions, inflows and outflows doon sa bank accounts identified with the Vice President and her husband. What exactly did it show, indicate, or even prove at this stage?
Christian, that's billion.
Ay, so ano ba
6.7
ano ba nasabi ko?
billion. You said million.
Ay, sorry. Sorry. Ang laking
It's
kabawasan.
okay. It's
billion,
okay.
billion. I stand
It's
corrected. Sorry.
6.7 billion.
Billion.
What is
Yes.
significant here, itong 6.7 billion na ito, which is contained in the report of the Anti-Money Laundering Council, no? Hindi mo siya makita doon sa SALN. Of course, most of this are cash transaction or deposit or withdrawal or credit memo or investment that somehow should have been reflected in the SALN, no? So ang maliwanag agad dito, Christian, non-disclosure in the statement of assets and liabilities and net worth, no? In addition to that, if this amount of 6.7 billion transaction cannot be explained with respect to their sources, then there is a basis as well to say that there's a possibility that this is unexplained wealth, no? But of course, it will depend on the majority of the justice members how they will appreciate this. Pero ang klarong-klaro dito is the big disparity of the amount declared in the SALN vis-a-vis the amount of transactions flagged down by the Anti-Money Laundering Council.
Okay. Yung isa ko na nakikita at nadidinig na argument nila rito ay dapat daw ipaliwanag to, no? Kasi naging aggregate yan eh. Inad yung mga pumasok at lumabas na pera. Kanina ang paliwanag ng yung kanyang tagapagsalita, si Attorney Poa, example niya, 1,000 pesos, kunwari deposit. Tapos withdraw ko, same 1,000 pesos. Pag kinompute yung transaction ng AMLAC, that's 2,000 pesos when in fact, zero yung balance doon sa bangko pinag-uusapan. Ang sa akin po rito, no? Kung yun ang argument, logically, sa ganyang pinag-uusapan po natin, do you see any justification, at least at this point, no? Base sa mga detalyeng nakalap nyo kahapon, yung amount na 6.7 billion in transactions, kung ibabangga iyon sa total net worth mentioned in their SALN. Kasi 2007, 7.5 million, tapos 88.5 million by 2024.
It is hard to reconcile actually, no? Kasi most of the transactions reported in by AMLAC is cash transaction. So if we focus on the cash declaration and the money in bank from 2019 to 2025, zero declaration na. Ito yung sinasabi ni Congressman Joel Chua na, di wow, no? So how will you tally a zero declaration in the SALN with the report of AMLC millions of transactions during the period of 2019 up to 2025? The transactions reported in AMLAC should have been disclosed as well dito sa SALN. Kaya while the endorsers really have to connect the unexplained wealth with the report of AMLAC, ang maliwanag na dito is already the non-disclosure in the SALN.
Kanina, nung pinanood ko po yung press ko ng kanyang mga abogado, meron silang paliwanag dito eh. Tama raw yung sinabi ng ilang mga miyembro ng House Justice Committee kahapon po na wala raw line item doon sa kanyang SALN 2019. Sabi niya hanggang 2025, no? I thought hanggang 2024 lang. Kaya daw siya none kasi yun daw cash on hand at saka in bank, dineclare daw nila doon sa others.
Of course, it's easy to say, but this only means that there is a reason why we should proceed to trial after the determination of the probable cause. Because presenting these items, the cash and the deposit in bank, in other items such as others, no, will be probing already, will require
Mm.
cross-examination already. So it is as if they're saying, let's go to trial so that we can explain why naka-zero declaration ng cash, naka-zero declaration bank deposit, because the thing is, they were incorporated in the item others. You will be going beyond the what appears, the face value of the documents. So let's go to trial. That's the message that I got from the press con of the defense team.
Mukhang gusto nila mag-trial or resigned na sila na dediretso sa trial po ito.
That's how I understand their press con, no? They do not want really to attend the proceeding in the Justice Committee because it will be contradictory to their arguments in the petitions pending before the Supreme Court. And considering that they have a lot of questions to the evidences which were presented in the first two hearings so far, no? They keep on saying that we will be explaining this in detail in the proper forum. The proper forum is the Senate. So for
Okay.
me, I think they're submitted to go to trial.
Okay. Ako po, pwede naman po siguro ako magtanong ng probing question. No? Wala naman po tayo sa impeachment hearing. Okay, gusto ko lang patulan yung sinasabi nila na hindi. Walang line item from 2019 to 2024 doon sa cash in hand tsaka in bank. Pero nakalagay daw sa others. Pero kung nasa others yan, dapat magtali po yan, hindi po ba?
That's
Kasi
correct.
doon sa others kasi kumbaga ano siya for lack of a better term, parang lump sum hindi po ba? Others,
That's correct.
pinagsama-sama yon. Pero they would
Tsaka
have to
ang dami
disaggregate
nun.
that.
Pag others, they can also claim na nandun yung personal properties, nandun yung jewelries, nandun yung investment, nandun yung insurance, nandun yung cash, nandun yung money in bank, no? So, you're correct, Christian. Kahit i-claim nila na nandun to sa others, they should be able to prove and to tally all the amounts vis-a-vis the other documents from the different government agencies during the trial before the Senate.